So today I want to discuss accountability and confession within Christian bodies. And it's because for the most part, I don't really feel like we in the Protestant church do very well with confession. And I get it, some of us have been burned in the past by telling somebody in confidence a secret and they go and they tell everybody else about it, or we just learn that we can't trust people. But the truth is, if you want to have a good, strong relationship with another Christian, you need to have trust and accountability with them. And accountability really only begins with confession. I mean, we need to be willing to tell parts of our story, even the parts we don't want to each other. And this is so that all the messy parts, all the broken parts, all the painful parts can find healing and cleansing. Now, I can see some of you hypothetically raising your hand at me right now. Ooh, but Brady. What? Isn't it true that only God can judge me? Look, I'm not trying to say Tupac Shakur was a bad theologian, but he was a bad theologian on this point. Now, while it's true that God, in the end, is going to be the one to judge our actions and our relationship with Him and His Son, we have other people in the world who are able to help us figure out whether or not we're staying on the right path. And that's one of the most important roles of the church. And besides, both Paul and Christ are pretty clear when they're talking and teaching about how important it is to have people in our lives who hold us accountable. So the truth is, our brothers and sisters in the faith are in fact there to judge us, not in a mean or condemning way, but rather to help us stay on that right and narrow path. And that is where a lot of the power of confession comes in. Now, in order to demonstrate the power of confession, I'm going to open up a little bit and share some answers to some questions that you've asked me. But the truth is, I'm going to need a little bit of help to do this, so I'm going to ask somebody else to come in and ask the questions of me, regular Brady. So allow me to introduce professional Brady. Hello there. Brady, what would you say is the most embarrassing song on your iPod right now? It's probably a toss-up between any of the Taylor Swift songs or Kesha songs that I have on my iPod. What's the most embarrassing thing that you've ever done while you're preaching? There was one time I preached an entire sermon with my fly down, but luckily my shirt was long enough to cover it up. When did you have your first girlfriend? My freshman year, and her name was Megan. Are you wearing regular pants right now? Do Captain America pajama pants count as real pants? You realize Captain America pajamas are why we can't have nice things, right? Don't care. Do you have any bad habits? I really enjoy watching CrossFit workout videos while eating terrible food. I mean, I could totally beat Rich Froning in the CrossFit games if I didn't love pizza rolls so much. Ooh, Doritos! What would you say is your biggest, most irrational fear? Probably sharks. Like, I have an irrational fear to the point where I don't like going swimming by myself, even in pools. Have you ever worn drag? Does a kilt count? Do you still have any childhood keepsakes? You mean like my teddy bear? Do you like any chick flicks? Yes. Which one's your favorite then? My favorite is Shall We Dance, the one with Richard Gere and Susan Sarandon. Team Edward or Team Jacob? Which team is Captain America on? When was the last time you cried? Never. I don't cry. Really? Yep, really. What? Okay, fine. It was while I was reading The Fault in Our Stars last month. Wait, really? Yeah, why? Nothing. It's just what? I mean, you know that book is for 15-year-old girls, right? Next question. Who was the first Disney character you ever had a crush on? Jasmine. She had a pet tiger and great abs. And who was your first crush in real life? Her name was Amy Eastman. She was a senior my freshman year of high school. It was the same reason as to why I liked Jasmine, except Amy also played tennis. Do you ever want to have a family, Brady? Yeah, I would actually love to have a family. I'd like to have a son that I named Michael after the Archangel, and I would try to remind and encourage him to be as strong and brave and courageous as the Archangel is in the Bible. I'd also like to have a daughter named Eve, and I would remind her daily that she is the pinnacle of beauty and creation in my life, much like Eve was the pinnacle of creation when God created everything. Have you ever wanted to hurt someone? Yes, but there's only been a handful of times when I've ever been that mad. When did you know what you wanted to be when you grew up? I was 17 when I felt God call me into the ministry when I was at Omaha Beach in Normandy, France. If you could do something over again, what would it be? I've made a lot of mistakes in relationships, but there are 2 times in particular that I can think that I was really selfish, careless, and all around a jerk in the relationship. And so, to Lauren and Trisha, I want to apologize. You didn't deserve that. So there you have it. Now you know a whole lot more about me than you did before. And that is both terrifying and freeing for me, because now there are fewer secrets I feel like I have to keep. And if I ever truly want to get away from being afraid of being judged by other people or having this guilt and this shame in my life build up, I need to be willing to open up and let people see the good, the bad, and the ugly of my life. And I would invite and encourage you to do the same. Find someone you trust, find someone you respect, and share with them the good, the bad, and the ugly from your life. And let them speak some truth into that, even if it's really hard for you to hear. Just a heads up, next week I'm going to be creating a video that is entirely responding to your comments online to my videos. So if you have anything in particular you want me to address, be sure to write a comment down below. And if you liked what I've said, go ahead and share it along. If you want to keep up with any and all videos that I put out, go ahead and subscribe by clicking the sidebar down there. And remember, I love you and there is nothing you can do about it.